Hi everyone, welcome to another Lunch and Learn. My name is Alyssa Maycock and I work here at the downtown Main Library in the Adult Learning Center. Today I want to share one of the library's amazing free resources with you, BrainFuze JobNow. It's a powerful tool that can help you write a winning resume, prepare for a successful job interview, and more. Let's check it out. All right, so here we are on the homepage of the library's website, chpl.org. So in order to get to JobNow, I'm going to click on the Services dropdown, and then under the For Adults heading, I'm going to click on the link that says Jobs. And that brings us to the Job Seekers webpage. And this page has all of the resources that the library offers for job seekers or for people thinking about starting their search for a new job. This includes upcoming events for job seekers, and these are all events that are specifically related to career and jobs. We also have online resources, including JobNow, Peterson's Career Prep, LinkedIn Learning, Universal Class, Canopy, and more. Continuing down, we also have a video that is about in-demand jobs. We've got some blog posts that relate to jobs and career, and some book recommendations for job seekers. Now, all of these resources, just like everything else at the library, is free to library card holders. If you don't already have a library card, it's really easy to get one. So go ahead and just click on this link here that says Library Card, and that brings you to the online application. Library cards are free to applicants of any age who meet some of the following criteria. So maybe you're a resident of Ohio, or you are temporarily living in Hamilton County, or you own property in Hamilton County, or perhaps you live just across the river in Boone, Campbell, or Kenton County in Kentucky and have a valid library card from those libraries. Now, any of those criteria would make you eligible for a free library card at CHPL. And we have a bunch of different card types. So if you're interested, you can either give us a call at 513-369-6900 to talk about those different card types, or you can just click on this link and that will bring you to the application, which will kind of walk you through the different types of cards that we offer. If you already have a card but you can't remember your number, or you need to reset your PIN, or you need to renew your card, you can call that same number, 513-369-6900, and that will connect you with our virtual information center, and they can take care of you from there. Back on the Job Seekers webpage, let's go to JobNow. So if you're not currently at a library location, you'll need to sign in using your library card and your PIN number. Once you've signed in with that, you're on the BrainFuze JobNow website. You'll notice that we have a whole bunch of different options here, and right up at the top of these three columns is Live Resume Expert, Live Interview Coach, and Live Job Coach. These are all available from 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. So if we just click on it, it'll show us that that's not available right now, but that it'll be available later. Some of the other resources that are here are available all of the time. So if, for example, if we click on Resume Templates, you'll see that they have 3 different templates in English and in Spanish. So for example, we've got the functional resume, which focuses on experience and skills instead of chronological work history. This sort of resume is really great if you're changing careers or if you have some gaps in your employment history. There's also the classic chronological resume template, and that is the resume that lists each job you've held in order beginning from the most recent. This is especially good if you have several years of relevant experience, but if you're feeling like you might be somewhere in between those two, perhaps the combination resume is better. So that includes your experience and your skills first, and then your employment history, kind of taking the best of both worlds. So it lets you highlight your relevant skills and to provide that chronological work history. So just as a reminder, these are all available in English and in Spanish. And if we click on one of them, it downloads the template as a Word document. So you're able to just open that Word document and edit it right there. If we open up that functional resume template, this is what it looks like in Word. So you can see that we have a space to put our full name, a place for a LinkedIn profile, a website or digital portfolio if those apply to you, a place to put your phone number, and your email address. We also have some sample text here to kind of give you an idea of what sort of information you should provide here, as well as a description. So this description provides some tips and tricks, as well as what their recommendations are. Then we have the profile of qualifications or the skills, professional history, education, and affiliations and interests. Now, especially with all of that extra descriptive text, this goes a bit over the recommended 1 page for the resume, but it's very easy to format it and change it so it all fits on 1 page. Now that we're back on JobNow, we can go back to all of those other options. We can see resume resources is something else that we could click on. This page still includes those templates from the previous page in English and in Spanish, but it has some more resources as well. So this also includes military resume templates, Career One Stop's resume guide, a free resume writing tutorial, and then some great resources for veterans that are looking to enter the civilian workforce. So the military skills translator can help you figure out how to translate those military skills into material for your civilian resume. We also have a military skills translator from vets.gov, some tips for how to make your military resume interviewable, some tips on how to get your military resume in shape for a civilian job search, and some other military resume and interview tips. There's also something called Resume Lab, but in order to access this, you need to sign up for an account. So if you don't already have an account, you can sign up here, and it's a free account just with your library card. So with Resume Lab, you're able to submit your resume or your cover letter and have one of their resume experts take a look at it and give you some feedback within 1 business day. So you would just upload the file here, either from your computer, from the cloud, or from the whiteboard. And then you can leave some comments about the job or the purpose for your resume or cover letter, and leave some comments about what you want them to focus on and give you feedback on. So if you're creating a resume for school or for a class, this is also something that's available to you. Finally, there's something called Optimal Resume. And this is a resume creation software, job interview preparation, and so much more. So if we click on that, it takes us to an outside website that's still connected to BrainFuse. And you'll need to create another profile here. So it's another login, but it's something that is really, really powerful because it gives you all of these great tools. So if you want to create a resume, you could click here, and you can either upload your current resume and then optimize it. You can edit a sample, so choosing one of their templates and editing it from there, or you can start from scratch. So let's say I want to edit one of their samples. You can see here that they have a bunch of different templates. So you can find one that really fits your personality and your style. All of these look very professional, very clean, and put together. Lots and lots of great options, as you can see. It has a similar functionality for creating a cover letter, but it also gives you the option to create a pitch, a portfolio. You can also take a practice interview. And with these, you can choose from over 1,000 different sets of interview questions, which gives you plenty of opportunity to practice even for the toughest interview. They also have a collection of career advice videos. And these talk about different aspects of the job search. And then finally, you could take a short career assessment. This is especially useful if you are thinking about changing career paths or looking for that first job. So this will take into consideration your interests and how they relate to different types of jobs. And it'll help you figure out what types of careers you might excel in. If we go back to JobNow, if we go under the interviews column, for the interview tips, there's a bunch of great advice. So tips for before the interview, tips for when you're at the interview, some common interview questions, how to answer substantive questions, questions to ask the interview because you know that question's coming. Do you have any questions for me? You want to be prepared with some questions to ask them as well. The don'ts of interviewing, so things that you want to avoid. And then some advice for after the interview. So it walks you through the whole interview process, whether you're preparing for your first interview or just brushing up on those skills. They also have a carefully curated list of online resources. So a pathway to interview success, some interview tips, 100 potential interview questions from monster.com, and then some advice for how to dress for the interview. And then they also have a live life skills coach. So again, that's one of those things that's available from 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. every day. So if you log in during those hours, you'll be able to connect with a tutor at that time. The final column on JobNow is job searching, and this has some just general tips and advice for finding the job to apply for. So if you're struggling to find a job that you're really interested in or that you really like, this might be a good place to start. Aside from the live job coach, there's also expert job matching. So if we click on that, then you're able to fill out a brief questionnaire and then get feedback from one of their job coaches that relates to open jobs that are in your area that align with your interests. So they can't apply for you, but they can at least tell you what jobs might suit you. So you can choose your industry, enter the job title that you're looking for, the type of position that you're applying for, and you can pick more than one, the location, your highest earned education level, and then your relevant experience and skills. You can also select the types of benefits that you're looking for and the salary range that you're looking for. And then you can also submit your cover letter and or resume, which will help that job matching expert help you find a relevant job. And finally, you're able to enter any additional comments that can help that job matching expert. If you're looking for a job, you might also be currently filing for unemployment. And if you're struggling with that, JobNow has some resources for you as well. So they have a live unemployment benefits navigator, again, 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. to work with those live experts, but they also have some online resources that can help you out. If you want to do the career search on your own, it has a section for career assessments that can help you figure out where to begin that search. So they have the ONET Interest Profiler, Career Zone self-assessments, and some career aptitude tests, as well as a career planning assessment. And these can all help you figure out which direction you want to go in with your job search. We can also click on job resources, and these have some resources for both national and local job searches. So if we click on nationwide resources for job seekers, there are options for general job sites for students and recent graduates, and job sites for veterans. So it has a whole list of job sites that you can start your search in. More locally, they have some just automatic links to Monster, Indeed, Jobs in Hamilton County, Ohio, Career Builder, and Government Jobs in Ohio. There's also something called Skill Surfer. Skill Surfer is great, especially if you are trying to really build on your skill set or build on your qualifications in order to find a job that maybe pays a little bit better or perhaps is better aligned with your interests. So there are lessons on life skills, high school equivalency tests, so if you're preparing for the GED or the HiSET, college entrance test prep, so the PSAT, SAT, ACT, AP tests, TOEFL, and all sorts of other tests, including nursing entrance exams. Also, college placement tests, so once you're getting into college and figuring out which sort of class you're able to take, this can help you prepare for that. And then there's also some college level homework help, so English, math, and science. There's also resources that are specifically career prep and job related. And this breaks it down by career field. So everything from accountants to dental assistants to firefighters, insurance, lawyers, nursing, paramedics, pharmacists, plumbers, all sorts of different jobs. It'd be very difficult to think of one that isn't listed here. There's also some job and resume preparation, interview preparation resources, essential computer skills that are required at many jobs these days, different types of writing you might do on the job, and some resources in Spanish. There's also some resources for unemployment benefits assistance. There's also resources for preparing for the ASVAB. Then there's also some additional resources for technology. So again, there were some resources earlier, but this breaks it down into beginner, intermediate, and advanced level assistance with Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, as well as Outlook, and then some computer programming and Google. If you're thinking about going back to school for some graduate school, you might be thinking about those entrance exams, so the GRE and the GMAT. And then finally, there's some adult learner resources for basic skills, so basic math, basic reading, basic writing. We see that on a lot of job descriptions under the requirements, basic math skills or basic reading, basic writing. Intermediate and advanced levels as well. And then some other resources like the TABE test, the citizenship test, nursing school practice tests, and high school equivalency tests. And then some ESL, so English for speakers of other languages. So lots and lots of great resources here. It would take forever to go through all of them, but take a look, check it out, and see what you find here. And then finally, BrainFuse has a partnership with eParachute. If you know that book, What Color is Your Parachute? This is related to that. So this gives you the chance to take a career profiler to kind of figure out what your fields, your skills, and the types of people you like to work with. I've already taken this, so I can't walk through it with you, but this is something that you could take a look at, and it gives you an idea of what you really are interested in and what you could do with that. So you could take a look at featured career ideas to give you some additional thoughts about what types of things you could do with your interests and with your skills. They also have college major suggestions. So if you are a high schooler or someone thinking about going back to college, then this could help you figure out what types of majors might really fit your interests and strengths. Before we wrap up, I want to point you to a couple additional resources that we have here for anyone looking for jobs. First, I wanted to point out this Events for Job Seekers. If we click on this, it brings us to a list of all the upcoming events that apply to job seekers. And especially I wanted to direct your attention to this Virtual Career 101 series. That is a series that we put on at the Adult Learning Center via Zoom that covers all aspects of the job application process, starting with resumes, followed by cover letter, then interviewing, and then finally professional email etiquette. These classes are on Wednesdays at 3 p.m. and they repeat monthly. So for example, if we take a look at this I Need a Resume class, you can see that this one is currently closed, but if it was open, you'd be able to sign up right here. So let's take a look at the next one in April. And these fill up quick, so I would encourage you to register as soon as you're able to. So if you're interested, just go ahead and click on that register button and then include your first name, your last name, and your email address. And you can sign up for either just yourself or for yourself and another person. Another option, if you're looking for some assistance with job help, then if you go to the adult education page, this is the homepage for the Adult Learning Center. And here you can schedule an appointment with us through the website just by including your first name, your last name, and your email address. But we also offer appointments on a walk-in basis, or you can call us to schedule them ahead of time. So that phone number is 513-369-3121. Just give us a call to make an appointment, and if we aren't able to get to the phone, feel free to leave a voicemail and we'll give you a call back. All right, so we checked out everything that BrainFuse JobNow has to offer, from live resume and interview help to online resources, tips, and expert job matching. We also talked a bit about the Adult Learning Center's Virtual Career 101 classes, which meet on Wednesdays at 3 p.m. See you next time for another Lunch and Learn.